you all. Thank you, thank you. Wow. Thank you. Well, now you know the true story, how Kate and I are related. Originally, that's how I thought I got invited to be here tonight. And then I heard, no, it wasn't that you're related to Kate Clinton. It's that they needed a non-Jew on the program to demonstrate how ecumenical we all are in these very interesting times. So as a Methodist, I said, okay, I'll come. But the real reason I'm here is the same reason you're here. I just love your Rabbi. I love her, and I am so grateful for the leadership she has provided to CBST, but even beyond the walls of that institution, the continuing example she has set and the work she has done reaching out to so many of us. I am also deeply grateful for my long friendship with Randy, and to be able to show up at an event where Randy is the spouse. I've been on both sides of that. And it's kind of sweet. I think that having the opportunity to say a few words about Rabbi Kleinbaum is a special pleasure for me because she has, as you all know so well, created a legacy that is worthy of celebration and also as a model for so many of us. Her faith and her leadership has helped CBST become what it is today, a bold spiritual community of resistance and love. That means a lot to me because we need both right now, and she has shown us how to do that with grace, compassion, and love over all the years. And when I see her, I think so often of the exhortation, you are not obligated to complete the work, but neither are you free to abandon it. She always knew that. She always knew that the work of resistance and love, the work of reconciliation and unity, the work of tolerance and openness will never, ever be finished. But each of us has an obligation to do our part, and she understood her obligation as a leader to help guide us forward. Her career demonstrates that joy and resilience can have their roots in despair and adversity. A great deal of what has brought us together over and over is a shared conviction that the language of morality and truth does not belong to those who claim it or who work to use it to limit the rights and freedom of others. It also brings us together in the recognition that words alone are not enough. Compassionate faith must be exercised in action in order to nourish us, enable us to continue acting. As all of you know, Sharon came to CBST during the height of the AIDS crisis, a time of such despair and loss, where people were literally fighting for their lives, and we were being reminded by AIDS activists that silence equals death. She understood the crisis that we were in, and she has worked all of these years to make sure we never go back to those days where people are shunned and maligned, diminished, and to create a congregation, as she has, that would look out for people and lift them up in good times, but mostly in the bad ones. Today, CBST is the only synagogue in the city with an immigration clinic on site. And I know how important that work is because when I was Secretary of State, we revised the rules for asylum seekers to better protect those who faced persecution due to their sexuality in their home countries. And the last time I checked, CBST serves a majority of asylum seekers who are LGBTQ or HIV positive. Where else would they be served and taken in? During the pandemic, she knew that connection would be more important than ever, and designed remote services that went beyond simple Zoom squares. I'm told it really made people feel that they were still part of a community. So many people lost that during the pandemic. They lost it in their houses of worship. They lost it in their schools and their workplaces. But Sharon understood how to keep that alive during such a difficult time. Her role in shaping this congregation and this city and communities of faith is indelible. Her impact is in the 20 rabbinical students who have studied at CBST since 1994 and are carrying its tradition of action and compassion back to their own communities. In the thousands of people who attend CBST's services for High Holy Days every year, and yes, in the lives of the immigrants who have found asylum and safety, in the spiritual guidance that she offers to the ill and their loved ones, not only, but particularly during the AIDS crisis, but in all of the health crises since. In establishing that strong link between faith and progressive action. I was struck by something she said after being arrested for protesting the Trump administration's Muslim ban. She demurred any kind of praise for her actions and instead wrote, "I will use whatever voice I do have to speak in the name of my God and my tradition against the injustices being done." That statement, among many of her statements over all of the years, is such a clarion call. It's a clarion call rooted in faith and tradition and history, but it's also a challenge, and a challenge that we all need to pick up and take as our own today. So Rabbi Kleinbaum, thank you for showing all of us, including this Methodist here, what it looks like to reclaim the language of faith for justice and truth. Faith is not partisan. Faith is not political in an electoral, political, American way. Of course, it cares about how we organize and live our lives in community. But those who try to hijack faith need to be reminded by this rabbi that they are the faithless, and they do not stand with those who care about the pursuit of truth and justice. So, I know this is a retirement celebration, and I do hope that Sharon has time to sit under her own vine and fig tree, and that she does get a well-earned rest, but that if we need her, she will answer the call. Thank you, my friend. Bless you.